toy monkey?
It's evil. It's basically the devil.
Everybody dies.
Yo, I am chilling in this nice, relaxing chair with my feet up. There is a snowstorm outside, so I have to drive home after this. And all I'm praying to God is that monkey don't drop that hammer on that drum, because it's bad news. Yo, I'm here to talk about The Monkey, directed by Oswald Perkins, produced by James Wan, and a short story by Stephen King, man. This is the first early screening. It doesn't come out until February 21st, I believe, but I'm here to just give you my overall thoughts, my out of the theater reaction, short review, whatever you want to call it. Just no embargo. I don't even know what that means to me. I'm just gonna talk about the movie straight up. Yo, Oswald Perkins, I did Long Legs. I did not like Long Legs. I just thought it was slow, it's boring. I loved his direction, though. I did love his direction and his eye for the camera. And that movie just dragged for me. This movie is almost the complete polar opposite, yo. This movie borderlines on absurdity. I would say this movie is Evil Dead 2 meets Final Destination meets the bad guy from Toy Story 3. What was his name? Fozzie the Bear, whatever that bear was. That's this movie, all wrapped up in one. This movie, if you expect to be super scared or some shit like that, you're not going to be super creeped out or scared, even though it has some creepy and sad moments. This movie is absurd. I mean, the deaths are like Final Destination times 3 and shit, because like the basic plot of this movie is there's two twin brothers. This monkey gets passed down to it. Every time it winds the monkey up and it beats his drum, someone dies. You know, someone random dies. So you can't like wish death upon somebody like a death note or somebody. Somebody just random dies. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the cat came back the very next day. This is this monkey, and this is the mythology that Stephen King created with the story. It makes it fun. It makes it fun and interesting. This movie is fun as hell. I mean, it's funny as hell. We watched it with a crowd, so the crowd was cracking up. I don't know. It's super dark humor, so you're kind of fucked up for laughing at this shit. But I'm kind of fucked up person for laughing. It was like right up my alley. Like, you either take a date to see this, and she was gonna be looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Take me home. Or she gonna be like, oh my God, I love him. He's so fucking crazy and cool. Crazy, sexy, cool. So that's what I call this movie, crazy, sexy, cool. I will say this, like I said, this movie lands on the absurdity time. So like, it's a lot of gory deaths in here, a lot of carnage. If you like cherry pie, look for this joke in this movie. I'm not gonna spoil it here. There's a joke with cherry pie that I just thought was awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's funny. I love when they use the practical effects, but there's some shots in here that does use a little CG. Here is one part in particular, I'm not gonna spoil. It's like, oh man, well that kind of took me out of it. And then they cut and they threw an homage to, I think, Creep Show. Like I said, Long Legs was my favorite movie that came out of Osgood's last year, but like this one, pacing is really good. But it does slow down a little bit. Do I have any issues with the film? I thought all the acting was pretty solid, you know, except for the kid. Like one of the twins has a kid, and it kind of he was funny at times, but he didn't work 100%. I mean, you gotta have he had a kid, but he didn't want to be around the kid for obvious reasons, because this monkey randomly kills people that's attached to this family, so it makes sense and stuff. Elijah Wood has a small role in there. If you blink, you might miss him. Osgood Perkins, I give it to you though, man. You had me entertained with this movie from beginning to end. I didn't expect to have this much fun. I did the reaction to the trailer, so I knew I had to see it day one. It's a snowstorm outside, but I had to drive a little bit further to make sure I seen this movie, and I'm glad I went to see it, because this movie is highly entertaining. You got to be into it though. If you're not into this type of thing, if you're not into like Eminem's type rap, you know, saying dark humor, you won't like this. If you don't like Evil Dead 2 and you're more of a Exorcist or even Evil Dead 1, you might want to stay away from this, because this is definitely a dark comedy more than it is a traditional horror. But it's definitely a horror because it's definitely bloody and gory enough for me, you know what I'm saying? I put a smile on my face. Like, if this was on Blu-ray, I'll buy it. Now, I'm going to give this a score. Is this a late night frozen pizza movie? No. It's no late night frozen pizza movie. You know what I'm saying? Get your girl ready. Tell her we going to the Applebee's and we're going to eat all 2 for 1 tonight, because this is definitely an Applebee's movie. Sit your ass down at Applebee's after you see this movie and discuss it over dinner, if you can hold down your dinner, because it's not the goriest thing I ever seen, but it was enough gore that just put a smile on, enough fucked up deaths that put a smile on my face. Like, well, I'm laughing at death. Just think how this creepy monkey looks. I want one of these creepy monkeys. I need one of these creepy monkeys, you know what I'm saying, in my basement now, right there on the shelf. It's gonna creep my wife out, but I'm getting it anyway. Let me know when it's pre-sales for the monkey site replica doll, please. Well, anyway, that's going to be my review. I'm going to give it a strong 4 out of 5, I think. I really enjoyed this movie. It's probably, if I would put this to Surveillance, I would put this over Surveillance, you know what I'm saying? Surveillance was a dark comedy as well, but, like, I enjoyed this more because it had more of a horror element that I like, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that Surveillance is bad, but like I said, I think I gave Surveillance a 3.5. This is definitely a 4 in my book. Well, anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. You headed to the Applebee's after you see this, and if you like this content, go ahead, hit me that like button. If you really like this content, consider subscribing to the Q Review family, and don't just stare at it. Wind that dial up and eat it. Peace.
I'm out cold, you hoes been exposed. Walk up on you slow with the foe and unload. You got more left for dead on the road. I strode when your car got towed.